from NBC News. This is Today with Kathie Lee Gifford and Hoda Kotb, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Wow. More and more women are doing it all and having it all, or are they? A successful career, a couple of kids, great husband.
But in the hustle and bustle of it all, it's easy for your marriage to take a back seat, and you have to stop and ask yourself,
are you happy?
Arlene Pellicane is the author of 31 Days to Becoming a Happy Wife.
And we've asked her to bring along her apparently fantastic husband, James Pellicane, to weigh in. So nice to have the two of you.
Nice to be here.
So 15 years of marriage,
three
children,
You got it.
and you're happy.
I am very happy.
Yes.
And are you happy, James?
I am happy.
Okay, but early on in your book, you talk about how you had to learn that your happiness is not going to come from him.
That's right.
So explain that a little bit.
Yes, many times we think, oh, I married the right guy. He will make me happy. He will say the right thing.
Yeah.
He will comfort me when I need it. He's going to do everything perfectly. And then he doesn't do those things, and you're so disappointed because you realize you didn't marry your mind reader. So much of it is, what are you going to choose? How much responsibility will you take for your own happiness?
And I would only imagine in the first couple of years, it really was that way. You were that man,
That
but
knight
then,
in shining armor.
Did she explain to you that something's changing, or what happened?
Well, we kind of figured it out by the Brown method, like every other couple. But one of the things that we did right for the get-go is we fought fair.
You did?
Yeah.
You never raised your voice, you said. You never wanted it to get out of hand.
I'm from an Italian family, and the one who yells the loudest wins.
You said, you grew up with that modeled for you, but you said that didn't work.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it very productive, so I decided to do something a little bit different. Yeah.
And what you're pointing out some things that I think are unique in your book. What was the biggest takeaway that your readers have said, wow, I didn't think about that?
I think, one, that there's no ceiling on joy and happiness. I've had people pick it up. They say, well, I'm happy. Should I still look at this? And then they read it and they realize, well, I've been underappreciating that about my marriage, and that there is more joy to take away there. And I think the thing to look at is, hey, this isn't as bad as we think it is.
Yeah.
Many times we're complaining and we look at the negative things instead of looking at what is right about this relationship.
And what you think is what you do and what you are, you know. And you talk a lot about control issues. And that's always a little bit of a red herring, because women don't want to be doormats. They don't want to be, the word submissive sets people off like crazy.
So who drives in your relationship?
Oh, he definitely drives, because it's no fun if I'm driving and he says, do you see the red light? Why are you accelerating to the red light? I don't need all this advice. You know, so he drives.
And what about in most things?
She means
who's in the
allegorically.
driver's
Yeah, exactly.
seat? Yeah.
I would say primarily James, but the way I view it, and the driving allegory really works.
Yeah.
It's like, if you are on a freeway and you're yielding to that traffic, and it's not because, oh, that car is better than this car,
Yeah.
or I am
bigger,
it's
smarter.
smarter than me. It's, we want order. We don't want chaos.
Yeah.
And so he's a very good listener, and so I feel like I'm heard, I'm understood, and then we can move forward on our decisions.
The thing you also share is a spiritual basis for your relationship.
Yeah.
And so that gives you a place. There's always something bigger than you that you're accountable to.
Yes.
How important is that for the two of you? And how important is it to most people, would you say?
Yeah. Having a faith in God is huge for us, because we can go back to say, hey, not just, well, how are you acting, but you know what, I'm doing this to God, and I'm accountable for my own actions, not just his. And that gives a lot, and God gives you hope and strength when you really need it.
Sure. There's some basic things, I think, too, that couples can do. A lot of us are on our mobile devices and all that stuff. You have some basic stuff, like, let's put those away.
Yeah, let's go down those as quickly as you can. The first one is the mobile devices, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to, hey, have more FaceTime together. Because I'd be on the computer after the kids would go to bed, and he'd be like, why are you on the computer all the time? This is our time together. Turn it off.
And do you guys listen to each other when you say that?
Yeah, and we do, and that's an example of what we were talking about earlier. So it's like, you're right, that's good for the marriage. I need to turn this off.
And be more playful in the intimate situations as well as one of them. So can't do that unless you could turn off your mobile device. Hello. And what are a couple more while we have a few seconds?
Stop comparing yourself to other couples. Don't look at the other person, well, he did this, and she seems so happy.
Because you don't know what's going on in their house.
So don't compare yourself like that, and then be creative. Have a plan. You know, do something purposeful as a wife. Many people have goals in their career, with their kids, but what about your marriage? What's new on your marriage resume in the last 3 years?
It's a great book. It's easy to read. It's got great takeaway, you know, little prayers at the end of each chapter. So it's a great read.
It's sweet, and congratulations.
Thanks for coming to see us.